Hi. Wow, you guys are up early. How we doing? Hi, friends. Come on in. Hi. Oh, still early, in my opinion. Good morning. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Ryan. Good day. Good day to you. Oh, thank you for going into the bins. Yeah, kids do that. That is true. Although our kids go to sleep at 10 and then they don't wake up till like 9. So, and we like it that way. How's everyone doing? We are Pretty Little Hanger. Thank you so much for your message. You guys can check out the bin. I know in my show yesterday, people were really excited about Base Camp, and I have it available in the bin. And yesterday I loaded my whole store with Base Camp, and yeah, it's epic. Like, the biggest constraint on my business is how long it takes me to load my shop. Oh, that's true. I get that. Yeah, other people's kids go to public school. I should remember that. But, so yeah, today's Q&A. We are going to talk about all things live sales. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jenica. Yeah, Basecamp's insane. I have been selling on Whatnot for almost 4 years, and I almost have, shoot, should we see if I hit it? See if it'll pop up. It won't. I'm almost to 36,000 sales. I'm like so close. Hi, Noelle. Thank you for your first purchase yesterday. So yeah, I've done 36,000 sales. I've done 4 years on the app. Hi, Melissa. And I am just giving tips and tricks and strategies on how to grow. It does. I knew I was gonna hit it. Thanks guys. So yeah, I just hit 36,000 sales, probably from my show yesterday, which is awesome. And okay, no worries. Good luck on your show. Yes, good morning. And so I love doing these Q&As before I go into the Goodwill. I have to get here anyways because it's absolutely insane. There's already like 7 water bottles lined up, meaning 7 people have already been here, and it's 7:18 and it doesn't even open until 9. The bins is a trip. It's a trip. So yeah, I also have a live tomorrow. If y'all want a bookmark, I will be in the right category this time. So, steals and deals yesterday, and that's awesome. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. Yep, they put their water bottles as spot holders. And they write their name on the top of it. And there's already, like, I was here at 6:45 and there was already 7 water bottles. It's also spring break, so all of the kids that go to school, like, it's crazy. All of the bins bros look the same. They all have the same haircut. They all have the same aesthetic, the same clothes, and it's insane here because of spring break. But once spring break is over, it'll chill out, which is nice. Good morning. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. If not, I'm pretty chatty on my own. I got a lot to say because I think there's a lot of people on this app giving bad information on how to grow your Whatnot business, and I'm here to help. Yeah, let's do it. Twice the charm. Ask away. And we have Melissa in here too. She's the creator of Basecamp. And she's a badass. It takes, yes. Okay. When I tell people that LSP, our model is we do not do mystery pulls. We only load our store. It took us a while to get to that point, but we only load our store and we only do loaded auctions because all of the data that Basecamp uses, which is a program that Black Oak Trading Co. Melissa put her heart and soul into to fix how long it takes a live seller to load the store. That's the number one complaint that we get when we say you have to load your store, you have to do measurements, you have to do a title, a description, a photo, because the data is invaluable. Like, I don't think people really understand why the data is so valuable, but it's what gets your show to become better and better and better over time. So every single live that I do, I watch my film back. So like any athlete, whether you're running, you're in football, you're in basketball, baseball, you're gonna watch your film, and you're gonna watch the film to be able to like become a pro and get better. And some people think it's super cringy, but no, you can pick it. You can pick it. They have 3 different options for that. You can pick that. But as far as loading the store, I use AI. You're so welcome. Yeah. I'll just pin it for you guys. So Basecamp literally solved all of my problems. Everything that I was resistant to loading my store was removed, because what used to take me 8 to 11 hours, and I timed it, for 50 to 75 items loaded with an AI picture, a title, description, measurements, size, and material, to build that out took me, I love it. Oh my gosh, Wendy, I feel you. And loading it takes forever. All right. And then not even that, but the process of curating was even longer, because I would have to go in and number each one individually. Good morning. Yes, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to go live tomorrow. And so what used to take me so long with Basecamp took me an hour and 15 minutes to load 56 items. It does AI photos, AI title and descriptions. You have areas where you can put your measurements in manually, and it bulk edits it. So if you click on the picture on the screen, Basecamp is an actual program that is exclusive to my husband and I's community. Our community is Live Seller Pro. It's hosted on Circle. What is pinned is access to 30 days to the community and 30 days to Basecamp. So, Basecamp is brand new. We're still in beta. So expect changes, expect the program to get better and better. But it takes using it for Melissa to understand like what she needs to improve. And the girl is wicked fast. She's like, you can literally hit her up in the community and be like, hey, this is happening. Yeah, it's monthly. And she will literally go in and fix it. I know. Yeah, she is. I love that put that 3 times. Whatnot's like, y'all need to understand. I know it happens to me all the time. But it was a good one to glitch on because Melissa is amazing. But she will literally get back to you within minutes, and she will be updating or fixing a glitch, but still in beta. So this pricing is not going to be forever. It's only for the first 50 people in Basecamp. And once you are a part of it, your price never changes. So if you get in at 67, it will always be 67. But once we hit 50 people, it's going to go up to 97. So get in now. So if you guys were in my show yesterday, my whole store was loaded through Basecamp. So all I have to do for Basecamp is upload a photo of the item. That's it. It auto-populates the title. It auto-populates the description. You have areas where you can put in specific information. And it's not just clothing sellers that are using this. We have antique and vintage decor sellers who are using the platform. And it is insane. So Ophelia, I freaking love your name. It's so fun to say. And it's like, it's amazing. And every day she's updating it, making it better, and really listening to her customer base. That's the monthly. So, to lock it in, you need to make sure that, you stay current. Melissa says, but what makes it so amazing is Basecamp works with all the awesome training in LSP. Amen. So the platform is built around the LSP model, and our model is we do loaded stores. We have AI photos, measurements, everything your customer needs to make a buying decision on the spot needs to be in the listing, needs to be loaded in the shop, or else they will not buy. You have to make sure that you have all that info in there. So lowering buyers' resistance, and Basecamp does that beautifully. So here's what I used to do. I used to go to my local thrift stores and I would photograph all the items that I was about to purchase. I would just like hang it on a rack. Yes. Yep. You still have to do that because Basecamp, there's no way for Basecamp to be able to get that information without you telling it. But it's like so simple. It's so easy to use, and you know, I don't mind doing it. I don't mind. You just put it in the description or you put it in the title. Also, there's opportunity for you to override. Yeah, it's outside of Whatnot. There's an opportunity. You just got into the community, so you should go check it out in the community. So essentially what I would used to do was take a photo of every single item. You use CSV. So it creates a CSV file for you and you just upload it to Whatnot. Ophelia's Whatnot is feeling what you're saying today. Yes. Yeah. Yes, you have to, because in order for AI to create the titles, it has to have an image of the item. Yeah. Check it out. I mean, the only way that you have access to it is if you join the LSP community. So my husband and I have a community of 190 plus live sellers who are all very active. We have like a 72% active rate out of that. Yeah. No. So the photo, so let me just explain how Basecamp works. I love it. I'm doing so well. So first you're going to take a picture of all of your items. Then you're going to measure your items and you're going to write it down or put it with the item. Somehow you need to track what it is that you're measuring and what those measurements are. Okay. I have my clothing rack right next to my computer. So as I'm loading it into Basecamp, I'm just simply putting in the measurements. My items are right there. I can measure it. It tells me the size, the brand, all that. So the photo that you upload to Basecamp will be sent to AI. So AI will pick up on the photo and it will auto-populate a title and it will auto-populate a description. It also will auto-populate the section where you can put your measurements in, and you can be as specific as you want. Basecamp allows you to be so it's not like once AI does it, you can't fix it. But essentially you upload all of your photos, one photo of the item. You can upload more if you want to. Sorry, there's just like some weird activity going on. There's a lot of like homelessness around here, so I'm just trying to stay vigilant, you know? Once you upload it, it will prompt you to create the AI title and to create the AI description. And you can bulk edit that, meaning you can select all of your photos and press run AI photos and run titles and descriptions, and it will bulk do it. Meaning you don't have to sit at the computer. You can literally hit the button, go do measurements or go steam or do whatever you need to do. And then you come back to your computer and it's literally uploaded with a photo, a title, a description, and then you can go in and make any changes that you want. So in order for Basecamp to put the brand and everything in the title just off the photo, you have to make sure that the tag is visible. If you can't, if it's missing a tag or whatever, it will allow you to put in the brand manually and then it will auto-populate it in the title. So the program is insane. What used to take me like 8 hours took me 1 hour and 15 minutes. And that's why I'm starting to do more shows, because I have the program to be able to upload my store with photos, titles, measurements, the brand in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I did 56 items, and that 1 hour and 15 minutes was partly my fault because I was uploading images in the wrong format. So Basecamp wasn't picking it up. Yeah. Yeah. At least you're honest. Yeah, totally. Melissa is Black Oak Trading Co. We have a demo video in our community that she breaks down exactly how to use it. So once that is broken down, you can just watch the video and it will walk you through how to use it. And it's very self-explanatory. Like it's very user friendly, I should say. And we're in beta, so this is the lowest the price is ever gonna be. I'm being assassinated by the sun. Yes, and more videos to come, for sure. Hi, good morning. How are you? Oh yeah, so I would take pictures. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I'm like functioning on like 5 hours of sleep. And like sleep is the one thing that like messes me up. Like, it's so weird. I can eat terribly and like do all the things and I'm like, I'm good to go. But then sleep, I'm like, oh no. So I go to the thrift store, I find all my items, I take a photo of it, I would come home, I would lay my kids down, and then I would sit and watch a show, and I would upload to ChatGPT one image at a time. So if I had a 75 item show, I would have to upload each photo individually into ChatGPT and prompt it to make a photo for my whatnot. And I would have to save that individually over and over and over again. Sometimes I would have to prompt ChatGPT multiple times to get the photo accurate. So that alone, just doing the photos, would take me several hours And I pay for the ChatGPT, but it's only the $20 version. So I do have a cap on how many AI photos I can do within a certain amount of time. So then that would kick in and I would have to wait 30 minutes to be able to continue to do my photos. So then after that, I would save all my photos from ChatGPT and I would upload them to Canva, and I would use the whiteboard feature to curate and organize my show. Once I had my curation, I would then measure my items and I would write down all my measurements, and then I would load each item individually with the associated number that I created in Canva. Literally on my phone, go into it and be like, number 1, edit, save. Number 2, because I was doing luxury and I was ordering things overseas, I wanted to be able to show what I ordered before the item got to me. So I was trying to take, like, it just, the way that I was doing it before wasn't working, and I wanted to put in my store what I was ordering so that I could start to get pre-bids. But if I waited until my order came from overseas, I wouldn't have as much time. Wonderful. Soy Michelle. I love it. So yeah, I would essentially like just, it would take me so long. Going back to my story earlier, it would take me hours to load my store. And so I was only doing fancy finds on Saturday because my bottleneck in my business was the amount of time it took me to load my store. So I would do mystery pulls, but mystery pulls, you don't have any data. So I couldn't go back to my orders and be like, what was mystery item number 13 that sold for $27? I don't know. I have no idea. And Basecamp has the ability for you to upload your Whatnot reporting. Whatnot has a downloadable CSV file that you can upload into Basecamp, and it will give you numbers that you did not think was possible. It will give you data that will make you so much more efficient and more intelligent in your business. I just think it is not my software. It is Black Oak Trading Co. Her name is Melissa. She is an admin in our community. And good morning. And she literally, I was just expressing to her how long it took me to load my store. That was it. And you know what she said to me? She said, I saw a need in the marketplace, and so I knew that I needed to provide this software. There is another program. It's not reseller or live selling related, but the one that we use is inside of our community. So, and it has no correlation. But essentially, I just was like fed up with loading my store. And so all live sellers have to come to the decision of like, you either load your store, which takes forever, but you make more per item when you load your store. At least that's what my data tells me. Yeah. Hip Chic, go to the community. Go into the community and type in Melissa and message her all of your questions. Because I can't, there's no way that I can verbally explain to you how it works, but you're in the community. So go in there and message Melissa, or go to the actual Basecamp section in the community and type your questions and she will answer you. Because she's going to be able to provide that information. There's just like dogs running. This is the craziest morning. If you guys could see like what I'm seeing, is wild. So yeah, It is revolutionary, but I think most people who become live sellers, they have to understand that they have to make a choice. They're either going to, yeah, I'm familiar with it. They are going to essentially like, gosh, I am just struggling today with like mental clarity and thoughts. Let's drink some water. Let's reset. Woo! Yeah, I'm familiar with Notbot. Notbot is a very different program. It's built for mystery pulls. It's built for so you can do your shipping and make it easier. But Live Seller Pro, we do loaded shows because we want the data. It's the data that makes you a better seller. So understanding that the only way you get the data is by loading the store, but the biggest bottleneck in my business was how long it took me to load my store. And now I have, and yeah, you could totally do that. That was me Sunday, and my sets background fell as my show was supposed to start. Girl, I've had racks break in my show. I have had racks fall over. Like, it's all part of it. All part of it. It's like the everything, you know, falls apart sometimes, and that's all right. And sometimes it's like really what makes you human on a live, you know? Like, you want to be able to connect with your audience, and it makes you human. So I've had several experiences like that. Yeah, do it. I sent you the QR code to get into the community. I think I sent it last night. But essentially, like, what you can do with Basecamp, the potential is unlimited, because right now, AI is the worst it will ever be. Right now. Like, AI is only going to get better. And the AI that we use in Basecamp, like, it just gets better and better. Also, you can override, so there's like a setting for you to use Basecamp's like auto-populated AI prompt. But you can go in and override it and write your own prompt. And I did that. Which was amazing. But the original prompt is so good. Like, I just have a very particular way that I like my photos to look, and I just plugged in the prompt that I was already using and saved it, and every single image, without fail, I didn't have to edit any of my images, besides 2 of them. I didn't take very good photos of the blankets, and so they thought they were scarves. So it did an AI photo of the scarves. But you can go in and tell AI to fix it. Like, it's revolutionary. Oh my gosh, yes, I have one of those. Let's go. Yeah, I had to do the same thing because it kept dimming my screen because it was overheating. And so I had to get a phone fan like that as well. This is Melissa. You can also use your photos and just use the AI to help on the title and description. That's possible too, in case you don't want to use it for that. Yeah, totally. And there are people who want there are people who only want the titles and the descriptions, which is totally fine. I definitely think vintage, antique, and decor sellers are going to use the AI title generation and not so much the photos. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe they will. I feel like I haven't gone to a show yet where someone has been using it who's in our community who sells hard goods. But literally, what would it be worth to you if you could load 2 more shows per week? And you could cut your time. Literally, it cut my time by like 90%. The amount of time it took me. Yeah. And everyone, to each his own. But also you got to look at the other side of things, like textile is absolutely insane with how much water and environmental impact it has. So it's kind of like you win some, you lose some, you know? Good morning, Shannon. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So yeah, the whole idea of Basecamp was just to fulfill the need of shortening the amount of time it takes you to load your store. But here's the thing is, like, you're going to have a lot of people on Whatnot telling you to do mystery polls. What is successful on Whatnot right now is margin, volume, and margin. Volume. Just as much as you can sell, you're going to win. But LSP, Live Seller Pro, we are pros. We're not doing volume. You can do volume, especially with Basecamp, but the whole idea of LSP is we do a loaded store. The reason why we do a loaded store is because we want to provide an exceptional experience for our buyers. And when we do that, one, you get data, which makes you a better sourcer because you're going to look at your data and you're going to go out and you're going to find more of those things. So in LSP, we teach that you should look at your top 10 highest orders each show and your top 10 lowest. And your lowest, you're going to drop out, and your top 10, you're going to keep picking up. And Basecamp pulls that information for you. It tells you exactly your top 10 orders in your show. And it gives you the data. I can't even speak to the Basecamp data because I get in there and I'm just like a kid in a candy store. And there's so many different ways to look at your business and to make educated decisions. So I don't want my 30 days to start yet. Okay. Yeah. I don't know because it's based on the first 50 people who sign up for Basecamp. So it could or it could not. So it's just based on who is going to sign up and when and how many people. But the first 50 get the $67. And it will lock in. It will, as long as your monthly recurring. So am I. That's how I feel right now. I feel like I can't keep a thought. Yes, you can. It is. It's monthly. Both for the community and for the program. Yeah. Do you, girl. Do what you need to do. You know? Yeah, because we put in a free, so we send you a link and it is for essentially a trial on Circle. So no credit card information. You don't even have to provide that in order to get into the community. We just set it up so that the link we send you is a trial and you just pay through it through Whatnot. Because our target audience is Whatnot. So we want to be able to sell it on here. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel so scatterbrained. But essentially, Basecamp solved all of my problems. My biggest bottleneck was that it took me too long to load my store. So I wasn't doing YouTube. So I wasn't doing loaded stores. I was doing mystery polls, but then I didn't have the data to go out and continue to source better items. And Basecamp solved that for me to where I'm able to do I'm doing 4 loaded shows this week. And yesterday it took me 1 hour and 15 minutes to load 56 items with AI photos, titles, and descriptions, which was a game changer. I'm still in shock because it used to take me so long. But I really enjoy the AI photos. I feel like the AI photos add this level of just this level of authority and like cleanliness. Gustavo is here. And I just feel like it really elevated my show in the way that I wanted my items to look, and also being able to put a silhouette in the picture. I just feel like it makes it so much more elevated, and you can see what it looks like. I was doing model photos too for a while, but I stopped doing that because I was like, what is the point of me like trying it on if I have a model photo? So I just removed that, and it was like an extra step for me to add to my loaded store. So I stopped doing that pretty quickly, but I really enjoy the AI photos. I think it looks really elevated, really clean, and I get a ton of people who ask me like, how do you do your photos? And it's with Basecamp. I used to do it through ChatGPT, but that would take so long. It took so long. It was very annoying. And then also I would hit a cap, so then I would have to wait 30 to 45 minutes so that my credits would go back up so that I could do the photos again. With Basecamp, I don't have to worry about that. But welcome in, you guys. Do you guys have any questions? It doesn't have to be about Basecamp or the community. It can be about anything. I've got a wealth of knowledge up here. I've gone live from the bins for 9 months. I've done mystery pulls. I've done dollar starts. I've done high starts. I've sold kids. I've sold vintage women's. I've sold modern. I like literally have done everything under the sun. And yeah, I would love to help you guys if you need help. Hi, Tina. Hi, Zoe. I'm looking forward to going into the bins. Hi, darling. And finding the goods. If you guys source at the Goodwill outlets, just remember, no one can take your portion, and the person with the most focused intention wins. So if your bins are like my bins are absolutely insane. There are people here who are like here at 6 a.m. before it opens. Thank you. You're so nice. Sometimes at Terry, I feel like I'm not patient. Because I'm like, doesn't everyone know that this is how you do live sales? You do? Yeah. And it's wild, especially because it's spring break right now. And yeah, I was in the wrong category, which was kind of a bummer because that like, I don't know why I did that, but it's okay. Now I know. And on Thursday I'll be in, and I haven't done a show like that in like over a year. It does. So because my items were like 70% vintage, I should have been in the vintage category. I know. When I first found that, Melissa, I thought it said candy stripper. I was like, what kind of hospital volunteer is this? I know. There was so much vintage in there, and I should have put it in the category, the vintage category, but it's all good. I know. I think that's why Melissa brought it up. Hi, Cher. How are you? Cher, I love your chit chats, and I love how you met your husband, and I just want to like hang out with you. I just want to meet you and hug you and talk to you, because you seem like you have so many good stories that you've yet to share with us. But yeah, because of Basecamp, now I'm like, I can do the volume. I can do the loaded store because it's a wildlife. Yes, it is. I know, she's so wonderful. She's just like the best. I know, we do need to do a meetup. 100%. I'm just like, where do we do it? Do we do it in Salt Lake? Do we do it like in Vegas? Where do we do it? You know, I would love for it to be like central to where everyone is, but I guess like, you know, Everyone has kids and all that. Yeah, let's do it in Hawaii. That sounds amazing. I've never been to Hawaii. I'm trying to save enough to be able to go on a vacation. Really? Okay, sweet. We can do that. We need to discuss like what that would look like, because we 100% want to be on stage and teach y'all some things. That would be dope. I think meetups are incredibly powerful. The first Whatnot Summit here in Austin soon, and so excited to meet other sellers. Yeah, is that through Whatnot? Does Whatnot do that? Like, that's how they... Okay. That's awesome. I always wanted to go to Posh Live because I was a traditional reseller before I was a live seller. And I always wanted to go to Posh Live. It looks so fun, and just like everyone loves the same thing and they're all doing the same thing. So we went to a convention he was like a business consultant. His name was Jason Capital. He doesn't even do anything anymore, which is kind of crazy. But man, did we get so much value. Okay, so is it like a convention? Like, can anyone from Whatnot do it? Or is it like... Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure the one that Cher went to was sponsored by Whatnot as well. We have a lot of live sellers here in Salt Lake. I get stopped all the time at the bins of people being like, I know you on Whatnot. I sell on Whatnot. Or I'm like, this is crazy. I feel like Whatnot is picking up. We're 75 and they were sold out. Oh, it was put on by a seller. Okay. It's geared towards newer sellers who want to go to the next level. Okay. That's awesome. I'm still waiting for Whatnot to hit my husband up, because you want to level up, join LSP. My husband's put so much time and thought into live sales, it's insane. I wouldn't be surprised if he's working on it right now. He's up drinking coffee and working on the community, or working on teaching. I think Steven's gonna go live soon. So if you think I'm good, my husband, he literally has thought of everything. The frameworks, the numbering, the sequencing, like the whole thing is just, he's brilliant. That's not my... Yeah, working on that book. He already has a book. It's in the community if you guys want to read it. It's called the Live Seller Pro Playbook. And it essentially breaks down in 10 chapters. Whatever, Melissa, you're amazing. I keep telling Steven, like, I can't believe she knows how to do this. Like, how do you know how to, like, build the software? It's insane. And then you're like, you get feedback and you go in and you change it immediately. It's wild. It's like instant manifestation, but through a human. So yeah. But you guys can bookmark my show for Manana. It's going to be fully loaded through Basecamp, so you guys can check out like the listing and how it goes up. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have polarizing views at LSP. We definitely are not mainstream for Whatnot right now. But where the app is going is it's going to go to the sophisticated seller and the sophisticated buyer. So making sure you're a sophisticated seller is really important, because you want to be able to evolve with the times. Like, as much as we can say, like, oh, I don't want to use AI because of this, or I don't like AI because of this. You're gonna get left behind, because everyone will use AI. There will be no job where you don't use AI. And so many people are like, oh, we're gonna lose jobs. It's like, how many businesses are actually gonna be created because of AI that will literally give people job opportunities? You know? Like the stuff that you can do with Claude AI, I don't know if any of you have used that, but that is absolutely insane. That program, I'm just like blown away by what AI can do. And the very fact that we use AI in Basecamp makes things so smooth. Like you just plug it in, plug your photo in, and it will auto-populate everything. Where I'm just like, this is so crazy. We are stepping into a time that we've never seen before with technology. And I truly feel like people are waking up to the realization of what a time we are in. Because there will be someone who creates an entire AI movie and makes millions of dollars. And it's one person creating it. It did you dirty? ChatGPT is way better for photos for me. So I still use photos because I did the same thing and tried to use Claude. And Claude literally with my prompt was like, nope, I'm not good for that. You should use this app or this app. But what I like about Claude is super, like, I feel like ChatGPT is a yes man and it will get information incorrect all the time. Especially when I'm like doing something, or three hands or like a third eye or... And so I love Claude because I feel like it's way better than AI. It will tell you things and show you things that ChatGPT can't do. I've never had ChatGPT be able to do what Claude AI can do, which is just freaking crazy. But there are AI programs popping up everywhere. I was on TikTok and they have an AI program where you can design clothing. Like you just go into the app and you design the clothes and then you put it on a model and you can put it on like a mannequin. You can create images with it. Like, that's wild. That's wild. And it's only going to get better. This is the worst AI is going to get. And it's only going to get better. I gotta put my hair up. I don't even know if I have a rubber band. Sweet. So yeah, I am just thrilled that it doesn't take me 5,000 years to load my shop. But do you guys have any questions? I'm sorry, today was kind of a weird morning for me. You ever have those dreams where like it feels so real and then you wake up and the feeling just like lingers? I was having a weird dream. And so I apologize that I'm not on my game this morning. Yes, it was a lesson show. Totally. I feel like my show yesterday, every show you do on Whatnot is giving you data. And you just have to learn how to read the data. And then you can make smart decisions in your business. But so many people on Whatnot are functioning out of fear and out of guessing. And it's like, no, live sales is an actual formula. There is a formula for you to win. And you don't have to guess, you know? Like, you can literally plug in the LSP model and go live. Yeah, I'm gonna go get them. Go get them, Terry. And thank you for coming. I am hoping for... The last time I was here, the bins is always like a mental game for me, because some days it's like you're digging through the bins and you're finding gold every single bin. And then other days it's like you're not finding anything and you are digging and you find it at the very bottom. Or you dig like 3 carts and you don't find anything. So bins for me is always a mental game. And it's kind of hard to like pick my ingredients when I don't know what my ingredients are. But hopefully today will be better than yesterday. Hi, Kristen. Yeah. Melissa, we were gonna talk to you about me selling it on here, but we're just gonna have them go into the community, and then we'll send them a link to Basecamp or whatever. But yeah, I just feel like the bins is a mental game for me, and sometimes it works out in my favor, and then sometimes my mind gets in the way. But I'm super grateful to have like a playground to where I can do that. Like I can go in and really hone my skill set as far as sourcing at the bins. And like my cost of goods is just like, you can't beat it, you know? Especially when I'm starting a new show or like a new series of shows. I really, it takes time to build. Like, even though I've been on the app for 4 years, I still only had 30 people in my show yesterday, and I had one item that didn't sell. It's been like, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've done a loaded show and didn't sell everything. So like, just because you're on the app for a long time doesn't mean you're immune to having to have a show where you have to grow, and where, you know, it wasn't exactly where you wanted it to be, but you use it to get better. You did? I love it. Well, I hope it was good. I feel like making sure you're in the right category is key. I learned that yesterday for sure. Yeah, totally. And that's like really what MGV is I am, thank you. That's what MGV is I want to be a walking testimonial for LSP. But I feel like the constraint on my business was loading the store. And so I wasn't able to go live as much as I wanted, and I wasn't able to, to do the level of shows that I want to do. And now I can do that with Basecamp because loading my store is so much easier. But yeah, I'm excited to go into the bins today because sometimes I feel like I'm in my head too much, and then when I go inside, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get focused and I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna find the goods. So my show for all the finds that I find today will be tomorrow. No, I wish. They won't let me film in there. They'll let me go live, but they won't let me do like content or film on my phone. Management stopped me. Yeah. Okay, so in the vintage category, it's only $25 an hour. In contemporary, it's $50. Yesterday, contemporary was $30. So it just depends on the demand of like what category you're in. And in vintage, it's $25. So, and if I do a fancy find or a show, I just run promo the whole time. Because one, I want to be exposed to new buyers, and I want to take every, you know, like every opportunity for me to be able to do that. So I promo my whole show at whatever Whatnot tells me to promo it at. So I just make sure that I have that setting on. Yes. Melissa. Gigi, her name is Gina, I believe, in the community. Melissa, she is Black Oak Trading Co. I think she's still in here. Maybe she's not. Okay, she is. Okay. Gigi, right here, her name is Gina in the community, and she wants to sign up for Basecamp, but she can't find the link. Yeah, after your show last night, all the items you uploaded are now tracked in Basecamp. Yeah. So after your show, you can, well, you have to wait until the following Monday to get your reporting, and then you can download the reporting and upload it to Basecamp. And it will tell you all of the data from that specific show, but it will also pull all of your data from previous shows and give you, you know, numerical numbers that are just insane. Yeah, it is pretty sweet. I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. Like, I never thought that we would be where we are right now. To the point that, like, we can have an entire program load our store. Let's go, Montana. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for you guys to use it. And also understand, it is in beta, so it is going to be changing. But Melissa is freaking amazing. She's so wonderful, and you can hit her up and she is there. Yeah, of course. Who owns Basecamp and who can access Basecamp data? So Melissa owns it. Melissa Black Oak Trading Co. owns it. More hours uploading than selling and shipping. I know. So like once you remove that, once you remove the bottleneck, you can do more shows, but you also get more money per item because your show is loaded, and you give a better experience to your buyer because you're not having to do measurements in the show. You're not having to verbally tell them what the brand and the size is. You are literally eliminating so many steps by you using Basecamp. That's a hard transition in a way from doing it one way for so long, sharing it, which is cool, but you're handling it well. Thank you. Okay, so Basecamp is a software that is exclusive to our Live Seller Pro community. Access to the community and Basecamp is below if you're interested. Basecamp is a program that tracks your data as well as your like loading your store. So if you click on the picture, it will tell you what Basecamp. So it'll do bulk AI photo generation, auto title or AI titles and descriptions, and you download it as a CSV and you just upload it to Whatnot. And when you do that, Whatnot picks up on all the data, and then you just add it to your show and you're good to go. It will literally put it in numerical order. You also have the ability, so once you upload and AI does your photos and your titles and everything looks good, you go into your curation. The curation part of Basecamp is what sold me. I mean, like, I didn't need very much convincing because Melissa is brilliant. But literally, you can drag and drop your show and sequence it in Basecamp. You have all the photos in front of you and you drag and drop, which is amazing. No, it is not only for clothes. We have vintage antique sellers. We have handmade jewelry sellers. We have, it's not just for clothes. You can use it for anything that you sell. But it comes with a curriculum. So Basecamp has been built around the LSP model. And if you're more interested in learning about the community and what that is, you can also just purchase the access to the community for 30 days. And that way you can like see what it's about, like what are we teaching, what do we stand by. But it wasn't until just recently that she okay, so as far as data collection, here's the thing, is all of your data on Whatnot when you are live is visible. Someone could go into your solds and add up all of your information right there on your live. It's already public information. So Basecamp is just using the data that is already there. I'm trying to branch out. Maybe boutiques or clothing for the whole family instead of only women. Here's the hard part, Annette, about doing boutique. Because your cost of goods is so high, and it takes you, we believe at LSP that you should do low starts. Low starts get people into your show. It creates a bidding culture, and the low starts, we believe, is necessary for you to grow your business. But with boutique, your items are your cost of goods is so high, and you do run the risk of purchasing something that your audience doesn't want. So, and most boutique sellers, they're not going to just sell you like one-off items. You have to actually buy in bulk. And when you do that, you run the risk of not knowing what your market likes and what they don't. And we have someone in our community right now who bought pallets. She became a pallet seller, and now, like, the pallet game is not doing as well on Whatnot, and she can't move the items. She's got a bunch of items that she can't move anymore because the market has changed. Yes, totally. 100%. It is way easier to use. Same with Circle. Circle, our community is so much better on the desktop. So, but Melissa just did a phone version of Basecamp, and now I have it on my phone. It's not an app, it's just a browser link. How long the data will be keep? What is the next step for the data collected? Pillow chair, I'm just gonna kind of call you out right now. You come into our lives a lot. You come into my husband's live and you ask all these questions, but yet you don't take action. And so, like, I understand, like, you have your own software with that you built, and you're like, you do that. But, like, if you're not going to use the program, then your questions aren't necessary. And I kind of feel like you are a puppeteer and you just want us to answer your questions. But yet you don't take action. So we've asked you, like, you can join the community, you can become part of LSP, and all of your questions will be answered. But you come into my husband's show, you come into my show, and I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just trying to be honest. And sometimes your questions are off-putting and sometimes kind of rude. So that's how I feel about that. Yeah, you can be curious. Melissa is more than welcome to answer your question. I'm just talking to someone who comes into our lives repetitively and asks questions but doesn't take action. And I just want to call it out. Yeah, you can join. And all of the, as far as the data goes, Melissa can easily answer your question. She's going to be more fit to answer that than I am. Totally. Dang, I can't believe it's only 8:17. I feel like today is going by so slow. I have to start picking up items I won't usually pick up, but scared to stay stuck with inventory. Yeah. How do people find low starts? Or how do people do low starts? Because I don't base my inventory based on my starting bid. Because I know that for Whatnot, my two targets are, I'm trying to get repeat customers and I'm trying to get data. Those are my two metrics that I'm trying to. Thank you so much. I'm trying to get repeat buyers and I'm trying to get market data. And the cleanest way to do that is to do a $1 start. So I'm starting luxury at $1. I'm starting high-end goods for $1. Yeah, granted, does it take a while for you to build your buyer base? Sure, but that's just like anything. Like anything that you are doing, it says as far as a business, I don't know any business that you don't have to put money into it. That you don't have to totally. I love you, Gigi. Thank you. Yeah. On timer? Like how long to run your timer? For auctions? Is that what you mean? Oh, okay. Yeah. I think you, yeah. Hit it, Melissa. So, anyways, as far as the timer, I will play with it. Like, if I'm in a show and I feel like the vibe is super laggy and my audience is kind of like lagging, I will turn on sudden death just to see if I can pick it up. When I was going live from the bins, I would change up my starting I would change up my time, how long it ran for, and I would change up like whether I used sudden death or whether I didn't. Sometimes sudden death would just like pick up the momentum and people really enjoyed it. And then other times, like I turned on sudden death in my show yesterday and it wasn't the vibe, so I turned it off. Like, I like to read it in the show, like how things are going. Good morning. Thank you. Yeah. And Anna, to answer your comment about the data and the individual who keeps asking, you just have to understand that I'm not trying to say that we don't want to give you the information around the data. I'm saying that there is a particular person who comes into our lives over and over again and asks these questions but doesn't take action, and sometimes is rude. And I just wanted to call it out. It didn't have anything to do with the actual data part. You're more than welcome to ask that. But she came into my show yesterday as I was talking about Basecamp and then started to promote her own program in my show. So I just wanted to call that out. Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure, like, yeah, my husband brought it to my attention yesterday and he said that she's in his live all the time. Just to give you context. But yeah, Melissa will answer your questions on data though. What's crazy is like how much data there is out there, and then on top of that you have AI who's collecting data all the time. Every single time you use AI, it's collecting data. So data is just part of it, you know? And you can't make good decisions inside your business if you're not looking at your data. So if you're not looking at your data, you can't get better. That's why we don't do mystery polls, because when you do mystery polls, you have no data. Mystery item number 25 sold for 13. You don't know what it is. And Whatnot only keeps the data for like 60 days. Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, I'm really, really excited about Basecamp because it was the biggest bottleneck in my business, and I am totally open to like being able to do it. You do? Yeah, I am strictly a live seller. LSP, we believe that you gotta choose, because live sales and reselling are two different things. It's like playing hockey in a baseball game. Like, the mindsets are so different. They're so different. And when you mix and mingle the two, it really messes you up. I love you so much, Chi-Chi. I think integrity can get lost with AI. It's important to guard your intellectual property these days. Totally. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just at a point now where I'm just so excited to be able to like do shows, and I don't have to worry about how long it takes me to load my store. That was like my biggest thing. Yes, 100%. Loading your store is how you get better. So once your show is over, I used to go through my orders and I would track all my orders. So I'd do a show, I would look at my orders, I would track them in a spreadsheet that my husband made, and we literally would upload the information into the spreadsheet, and we would be able to see what sold really well and what didn't. And so when that happens, you curate this elevated ability to go thrifting. And so when I have a loaded store, all of my data is still in my orders. So then when I go into Goodwill and I'm like, oh, I have this Ralph Lauren sweater and I think I've sold this before. So then I go into the program, into Whatnot, and type in my orders like Ralph Lauren sweater, and it'll pull up all of my order history for Ralph Lauren sweaters. And I can be like, oh, this one didn't do very well, but this one did, so I'm gonna pick it up. Does that make sense? So, but if you don't have the data, you can't get better. The data is what will make you a sophisticated seller. Like, the data is what has refined my ability. Have you guys ever gone to someone's show where you just feel like they're getting better and better and better? Like their inventory just gets sharper and you love everything. That is from looking at your data. I recommend 50 items. I feel like 50 is long enough that it is a good chunk of time, but also short enough that if you're kind of having a wonky show, it's not like the longest show ever. But my goal is normally 50. To do 50 items in a show fully loaded, and and yeah, I just feel like 50 is a really good number. It's a good starting point. But if I were to start it again, so Jennifer, if it doesn't sell in my show, so I'll run through my rack. I run in order of my store. I load my store, I put it in sequence, and I run in order because I want to make sure that I hold the authority of my show and I don't become a dancing monkey with requests. Also, requests get really messy really quickly because you are constantly getting it wrong. You need a mod. You have to measure your items in the live. You have to give all this information. Hi, Abby. How are you? You have to give all of this information in the live in order to make the sale. So you're either going to have to do it in the live or you're going to have to do it in the listing. So you kind of have to choose, like, when do you want to do it? You have to do it anyways. But with Basecamp, it makes it so much easier for you to load your store. And it's only getting better. Like, the changes that Melissa has made just in 2 days is amazing. Yeah, totally. But Grace, you have to understand that, like, your data evolves over time. So even if you just have 15 people in your show, you still are getting data. You're still like, why did one item get bid up to $13 while one stayed at $1? See what I mean? Like, that $1 to 13, that's data. And that data will tell you what to pick up more of. If you're talking about like doing a show and you're not able to retain your audience, I would say that it's most likely not, there's more going on than you just showing items. Like, you're not doing something that is engaging people to stay. And I think taking requests and doing varied starts and doing high starts is one of the clearest ways that you can push people out of your show. I recommend $1 starts for beginners. Understanding that a curated show, a loaded curated show at a $1 start creates a bidding culture because they don't ask how much, they ask yes or no if they want the item. The moment you put your customer in a price mentality, meaning they're constantly thinking about price, because you're like, this one's a $5 start, this one's a $10 start, this one's a $12 start. As soon as you do that, you put your buyer in a price evaluation mode. And what happens when that happens? When your customer is so focused on price, they will only focus on price, and they will become the most frugal customers. But when you start at $1, it's the cleanest way to be like, do you want this? Yes or no? Everyone can afford $1. You know, like swipe, easy swipe, and you get the data. I did $5 starts, Tanya. I did $5 starts from the bins. My thinking on that was like, oh, you know, I'm doing a bunch of manual labor and I'm like going out into the bins and finding all of these clothes, and I want to make sure that like my labor is paid for. But when I reached the end of my journey going live from the bins, I realized that was the wrong mentality. Like, I should have started it at $1 and it would have gone better. And the last 2 shows I did at the bins, I started at $1, and they were some of my best shows from the bins. And I kick myself for not choosing to do $1 starts, but I did do 5. I did a couple years ago, I was starting to understand like what Fancy Find was. I was trying to do less volume from the bins and do more like high elevated curated shows with less items. So I was trying to become more potent. And when I did that, I was like, I'm going to charge more. I'm going to do a $10 start bid for all of my items, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make more. These are higher end items. I will make more and they will pay it because these are exquisite, you know? I did the live. I did 1 live at $10 and it completely fell flat. Thank you so much, Kobe. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Yes. Yep. And I will have it, it'll be in my profile, so you can just, I don't even have to be live, you can just go order it. Once you order it, I'll send you a QR code, and then I will let Melissa know who you are, and we will make sure that you have access to the program. But when I did my $10 start show, my viewership plummeted, and no one bid. I think I sold like 7 items out of like 55 or something. I started at $1 and attracted only resellers. I had 20 years of reseller experience on other platforms. So Tanya, what I would say to that is, one, when you're doing a $1 start, you have to understand that there's so much more that goes into it than just the $1 starter. So a lot of people will be like, oh, I did the $1 start, but it didn't work. Well, there were probably other things that weren't lining up in your show that people didn't even want it at $1. It could be your items. It could be what you were trying to sell. It could be how you were selling it. It could be that your store wasn't loaded. It could be a variety of things. But when you do $1 starts and you follow the LSP model, you're bound to win, because the curriculum that we teach, it works. This is how MGV grew from, I did $1 starts and I had resellers and I had the people who just wanted the low items. I had that, but then I just outworked it. I just kept going and my buyer base kept building, and I kept looking at, no, for Basecamp and the community, it's $67 a month. And so what people do is they think that as soon as they do the $1 start, that is going to like, that is the answer. That is the one silver bullet. And it's like, no, you have to have all of it intertwined. You have to have the ability to put on a show and to engage with people in a way that people want to stay and they want to bid. Your show is very, very well curated. Do you think not having items on hangers to show is off-putting? I want to do women's as well as kids. Yeah. I would do, Grace, I would 100%, the more time and attention you put into your show before you go live, the more money you will make. The listing below is my husband and I have a coaching community of 190 plus live sellers. Live Seller Pro has an entire curriculum. I don't even like calling it a curriculum because it makes it sound like it's like school. And I'm like, I hated school, so I'm going to have to find a better word. But the LSP model is in the community. We teach you how to become a pro live seller, and you are focused on an experience-based business. Okay, wonderful. I love it. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay, I'm already in the community and I paid for April already. I just paid for the base camp. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, so, but it's still gonna be $67 a month. So it will just, essentially, it will just, instead of you paying 30, you'll just pay 67 for both. How do you feel about the prices that your items sold for yesterday? I'm definitely, one, I got it from the bin, so, and I'm pretty seasoned at this point that obviously my show didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but I was testing, one, I haven't done a show like that in a really long time, to where I'm strictly sourcing from the bins and I'm doing a fully loaded show. I haven't done a Tuesday show in like, I don't know, 2 years. So I was grateful to be able to get on during the week because I have so many buyers that can't come to my Saturday show. So I was happy about that, but I definitely was in the wrong category. All my vintage went for under $10 and most of them under $5. But my contemporary pieces went for, 13, upwards of 30. So I definitely was in the wrong category. I should have been in the vintage category, but I wanted to test it because that's how you get the data. But that's the thing, is like every show is a win when you understand you want the data. You know what I mean? Thanks, babe. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of questions. Yes, I'm still selling luxury as well. I'm currently, we're building that part quietly. I can't do consistent shows yet, but we're building up to it. I noticed you pulled things you don't normally, so you were definitely getting market data. Totally. I also, I wanted to test items that I knew have sold before well for me, but because I do fancy finds, I don't pick them up because it doesn't fit the fancy find aesthetic. If you want to sell in the luxury category, you do, but I believe it's only for specific things. Like if you're going to sell high-end bags, wallets, there are specific luxury items you do have to get certified for or get approval for, but it's pretty simple. Like the application process is pretty simple. Yeah. So the software right here is essentially, it's going to, I had luxury bags. My last luxury show was 2 weeks ago, and it was like 90% bags. But I wasn't selling in the luxury category. You have to be approved to sell specific things in the luxury category. Yeah. And it's a really simple application. Like it's nothing crazy. But I do understand why Whatnot does that, because they don't want you selling a bunch of fakes. But all of my inventory, I get it authenticated. I'm not gonna, everything that I sell that is luxury is authenticated before I sell it. Ernestine, are you gonna sell luxury? I don't know. You'll have to hit up Whatnot. I don't know all the legalities of that. I just sell it in women's vintage. So I'm not well versed on the sales model, but I can offer that categorizing correctly and preload does make a big difference. Totally. Totally. Yep. And I still start all my luxury at $1. That is the model that LSP, like literally MGV is built on low starts. I've done one show tell you about the software. Well, I did it. Do you want to co-host? And you can talk about it? I sell a lot of it, but I sell in vintage right now. Oh, yeah. You go to Japan? I want to go to Japan. That's awesome. He's trying to get me to talk about the software. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse and I'm not doing the software justice. That's what I feel like. Okay. Yeah. Podges, go to... Okay. Go to... I'm sorry. I'm struggling today. Mental clarity is not there. It's not there. But the program essentially, if you click on the photo, you can see that the program helps you essentially eliminate or drastically eliminate the amount of time it takes you to load your store. It will generate an AI photo for you. You simply upload a photo of your item in good lighting so it's clear and crisp. You upload the photo and then it will auto-populate the AI photo as well as the title and description. You do have override ability, so say you want to do AI differently, you have the ability to type in your own AI prompt and it will create it for you. It is a bulk edit, so you upload all your photos and you click a button and it will auto generate all of the photos, and then it will auto generate all of the titles. And Jennifer, it's easiest from a laptop, or a desktop, but I do know that Melissa is working on a mobile version. When you shop at the bins, do you source for many of your shows at once? I do. I source for Fancy Finds, which is on Saturdays. If I find really epic items that I know I'll get more for in my Fancy Find show, I will source and keep that aside. Do you have to go back and edit shipping and such? No, because shipping is already set in your Whatnot profile. So when it's in beta. It's in beta. So that's why the price is so low, because it's in beta, and all of the users who use it, like, I just am like, I can't even finish a thought. Sorry, there's like a lot going on here. I don't offer reduced shipping. Is there a commitment to the membership? To be a part of the community and to do there is a ton of content in there that will help you with your live sales. Oh, no. There's no contract. You can cancel anytime. Is there no contract. You can cancel anytime. So if you join, you literally can just be like, nope, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sorry, you guys. I went to bed extremely late, and like lack of sleep is that one thing. It's like my Achilles heel. But you guys, I'm super stoked that y'all are so excited about this software. And I feel like Melissa and I should do like a co-host so Melissa can chime in, and maybe we can do a demo of it for people. That would be cool. I know. But I'm also like, I'm up doing things. I'm like working on the business, and yeah, because then that way you guys can actually see what it looks like. I take forever to do listings. Yeah. I take forever. It took me so long, and my standards are so high now that like I'm not willing to cut corners so that my store is loaded easier. Yeah. Okay. We'll do it after today. I love it. So yeah, like loading my store it's the biggest problem for everyone. But here's the thing, when you load your store, you make more money. When you load your store, you offer a better experience for your buyer, which gives you repeat customers who want to come back to you again and again. When you give them a loaded store with all the info they need, they can pre-bid. So you're getting market data there. But all of the titles and the images you can use as data. But if you're doing mystery pulls, you have no data. You have no way of looking at what is selling well and what isn't. Like, sure, you can like log it up here, but it's way better when you can see it in Basecamp, being like, these were my top 10 items and these were my bottom 10. So I'm not going to pick up these and I am going to pick up these. And when you learn to curate that, your buyer base loves it. And when you have a low start with that, you create a bidding culture and the people will fight for your items. And the experience you give is so engaging. And that's why a loaded store is so much better than mystery pulls. All the data that they need to make a purchase to lower their buyer's resistance is taken away. So you don't have to overcome their buyer's resistance. The listing and the measurements and the size and the material, everything that's in the listing did it for you. So you can go live and more of you can show up. And when more of you shows up, your tribe finds you. Because we can say like all day long, yeah, we're selling clothes. We're slinging clothes. It's all about selling. And it's like, that's part of it. But it's the experience and you showing up as you that creates that culture. And when you have that culture, they will take care of you. Like my buyers will take care of me and I'm willing to give them incredible deals because of it. So true. I was against before, but now I have to start that. I was going to hire somebody to do my listing. Yeah, you should just sign up and then you don't have to hire anyone. You can do it and the program does it all for you. I do not recommend hybrid shows because you still don't get the data. When you're doing mystery pulls, you still don't get the data. And another thing that is huge. Listen, I did live from the bins for 9 months. I was selling anywhere from 100 to 175 items per day, doing it all mystery pull style. The amount of errors that I had to go and look through video receipts and make sure that the right items were going to the right person, where the video receipt didn't line up. There's so much more potential for error when you do mystery pulls. Like the potential is insane. And it requires you, shipping is so much more difficult doing mystery pulls. Because if your numbers don't line up, you got to watch your whole show again and make sure you're sending the right items. My poor son, when he was shipping my outlet finds, when I would go live from the bins, sometimes it would take him a couple hours just because he was trying to locate who ordered what. And he would have to watch the show and listen to my language. And like a loaded store, you have a picture. You know exactly what the item is and you know who bought what. Like your ability to have error when you don't have a loaded show goes up tremendously. Don't you think the element of surprise is fun or for some buyers? Totally. But I'm willing to build my business around people who are totally willing to go and look at a store and place a pre-bid. That's what I want. I want people to come in and place a pre-bid. No, I haven't tried NotBot, but if you're doing mystery pulls, I do think that NotBot is the way to go. But because I'm doing loaded shows, I don't need NotBot. NotBot's going to be really high volume heavy, and you're going to want to use it because Notbot is another program. It is Mellow State's program, and essentially it helps you with shipping while you're live. So as people buy, it will help you organize who bought what, so shipping is shorter. But you could totally do both. You could totally do a loaded store and use Notbot, but like I had 56 items and it was incredibly easy to ship, like, because everything has photos, everything has a title, and I know like who bought what, you know? Okay, you guys, I love you. I have to go up to the line because I have a cart and I gotta make sure I can make my way through all these people. I'm sorry that this Q&A was not very well articulated. I'm definitely going to go to sleep earlier before I go to the bins, but I'm really excited for the 2 people who did purchase, and we will figure out how we can get you more information on Basecamp and kind of like what it is, because I think a demo would be really, really helpful. Okay, I love you, Ernestine. You're awesome. So, happy digging. I'm gonna go dig up some goods. Let's see who's on. Oh, we're gonna do Thrifty ATX. She is wonderful. She was just in here. She's a huge supporter. I love her, and you guys will enjoy her. $5 start bid too. But I love you guys, and I will see you. Hi, Dreamcatcher. Chanel, I love you so much. You are so awesome, and we're so grateful for all of your referrals. Yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my show.